I'm so sick of the phone on the toilet propaganda. Also, if my audio is messed up again, I'm gonna kill myself. That's like the last straw. Don't bring your phone into the bathroom. You don't need reading material in the bathroom. You sit down, you piss, you wipe, you get up, wash your hands, leave. If you're in the bathroom for more than like 10 minutes, I'm just going to assume you have like a poop fetish. I'm going to assume you really get off on inhaling diarrhea fumes, like, and probably like mold from all the moisture and shit. Like, that's the only assumption. If you're gonna sit on the toilet on your phone, I'm assuming you're getting off on the shit smell. Don't bring your phone into the fucking bathroom. If you need to shit, shit. If you don't need to shit, it's not gonna happen. Get off the toilet. Shit or get off the toilet. Shit or get off the toilet. Go eat some fiber, go drink some water, and then come back. No, don't come back. Just keep living your life until you feel like you need to shit, and then you can go shit. You don't need to sit on the toilet for 3 hours on your fucking phone waiting to shit, and then it's not gonna happen because guess what? You don't need to shit, so it's not gonna happen. Get off the fucking toilet, get off your phone. Don't bring your phone into the bathroom. The only time I bring my phone into the bathroom is if I'm like taking a bath and I need it for like noise, like peaceful, atmospheric water sounds, like meditation sounds while I'm in the bath, so I don't hear like everyone in the rest of the house like screaming and shit. And even that feels disgusting. It's like, ew, I have to set my phone on this windowsill that's like covered in whenever the bathroom gets like foggy and it like makes the dust like stick to the walls and stick to the windowsill and stick to the ceiling, and it's disgusting. And it's like the windowsill is like covered in like tiny little bits of dust. Even if you clean it every day, the next day there's going to be like more. If you shower, there's going to be more dust stuck to the windowsill. I was like, ew, I have to set my fucking phone on this. It's gross. Why are you bringing your phone into the bathroom? Even if I accidentally bring it into the bathroom, like in my pocket, and I have to set it somewhere while I piss, it's like tainted now. It's disgusting. No, it's like, what joy do you get from sitting on the toilet? What joy do you get from sitting on the toilet for that long? You can scroll through your phone anywhere. It doesn't have to be on the toilet. You can sit outside the bathroom, waiting to need to shit and scroll through fucking TikTok in the hallway. It's still gross. You're still like near the bathroom air. So I would also like question your mental stability and like your kinks probably. I don't see a reason for it. Wait till you have to shit and then shit. And if you don't shit, you're not gonna shit. Get off the toilet. You sit down, you try to shit. Well, I guess it's not happening today. And then you leave. And if you're on your phone, if you're shitting when you're on your phone, how can you concentrate on taking a shit? Aren't you concentrating on on scrolling, looking for the right fucking video? You're fucking focusing on your fucking phone instead of focusing on taking a shit. If I don't have like my mind 100% on taking a shit, I don't think I could shit. I don't think I could shit if I wasn't like focused on it. So is this even like? I'm just very passionate. I'm just very hateful. I'm hateful towards people who bring their phone into the bathroom while they're sitting on the toilet. I'm hateful towards that behavior. It's disgusting. Get off the toilet, get out of the bathroom. I'm gonna go sit in the stinkiest room of the house to scroll on my phone. I'm gonna sit with my asshole out, open, on top of toilet water, breathing in shit fumes and piss fumes. Other people's shit and piss fumes while I scroll through my phone because that's a fun activity. It's disgusting. I was gonna do a little sketchbook tour like really quickly. This is like such negative vibes. I think the only thing I added to it was this leaf that was sitting on my desk. And Miley sleeping. What? Sorry, I had to go help my mother with the Halloween decorations, and they were putting like a ghost over their head and joking that it was the KKK, and they were all like, "Oh my god, like Daddy would be so proud if he was here and he saw you putting that KKK mask on." I hate white people. I hate white people. I don't think it's a joke. I'm sorry to be the fucking like person who's like too woke. The girl who's too woke. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. And I hate that you're being like legitimate whenever you say how proud her daddy would be if he was here to see her wear a KKK hood. And the fact that that's not even an organization in the country that we're in, that's an American thing. But you've already reached the peak of racism in this country in terms of like groups you can join. So you're trying to like branch out. And it's like every day I have to just ignore this shit. Anyway, this is why I consider sleeping in a tent in the woods. Remember I was talking about I could just buy a tent and sleep in the woods, but like that would literally lead me to kill myself. That's why I consider it sometimes the fucking environment I'm in. Anyway, I microwaved chicken with a carrot and like one single cherry tomato while I was down there, and I put black pepper on it. Way too much black pepper, but it's fine. I microwaved the chicken so it was rubbery. I don't really care. It looks like a KKK hood. Oh my god, you should leave that on. I'm leaving the room. I'm leaving the room. I don't care where you put the Halloween decorations. Stop asking me questions after being like, you're being too sensitive. I feel like everyone sees me as like an old lady who's like ruins the fun. You're like a crotchety old lady. But it's like, I think I'm the only one with common fucking sense. You should leave that on and wait till your daddy gets home. He'd be so proud of you. Always the man too. Women trying to be racist for the man, because the men are racist. Really, really good. I don't know what's up. I feel uncomfortable today. I feel like my room is just a little too much, too messy. I woke up at 10 a.m., which was a perfect time to get up, but then I fell back asleep like an idiot, and I was fully like conscious while my eyes were closed. I was awake, lying like that for about 20 straight minutes. I could have gotten up in that time, but I chose to stay there and fall asleep. It was just because it was cold, and I take off my clothes because whenever I sleep, something happens to my circulation, and I feel like any clothes on me while I'm like in some kind of. I lie down, I'm cold, there's no circulation. I fall asleep for a certain amount of time, or I lie down for a certain amount of time, and all of a sudden there's like too much circulation. My body is like swollen. And I like wake up in the middle of sleeping. I take all my clothes off. I put it at the end of my bed because I know when I wake up I'm going to be cold again. Because I'm hot whenever my body's like swelling. Yes, I probably have a heart condition, a circulation condition. I've known this since I was like 9. No, I don't think I need to go to the doctor about it. I don't think it's that serious. Anyway, because everyone gets kind of like warm whenever they're sleeping, and they get kind of cold whenever they're sleeping. It's just kind of like the cycles your body goes through in the night, and it's just like because of my circulation problems, it's like it hurts. I'm like in pain. It's kind of like a lot of people have restless foot syndrome, but it's like that, but like my whole body, and I have to take off all my clothes. You can just microwave carrots, by the way, and they're soft enough to eat. You can eat them raw, but if you microwave them, they're like a little bit warm. And like, you put some salt on them, and it's like a really good snack. You can sprinkle some water in there too for moisture. What was I saying? Right, my clothes are at the end of my bed so I can put them on whenever I wake up and I won't be cold. And it will be like motivation to get out of bed, but then I never actually do it. And I'm just trying to like cower underneath my fucking blankets. My window is open because it got too hot in the night and I need fresh air while I sleep, and I try to close it. No, I don't try to close it. I just think that'll be fine, and then I go back to sleep. I don't even close the fucking window next to my head. Somebody help me. I spilled Diet Coke on my chin. This is really fucking good. I'm gonna go for like a no. No Doritos November. No junk food November. No candy. I did that before. And I was eating a lot of cottage cheese and jam and stuff on brown bread. It was really cheap too. I don't understand why people say that they can't afford to eat healthy, because when I'm the brokest, that's when I do be eating healthy, because junk food costs a lot of fucking money, bitch. One bag of Doritos is $2.50. Depending on where you go, sometimes it's more. You can get peanut butter for pretty cheap. You can get bread for pretty cheap if you get like store brand bread. It's kind of dry, but it's fine. It's bread. It's nice toasted, but if you eat it untoasted, you'll notice the dryness. You can get butter for pretty cheap, and that lasts you like 2 months if you live alone. You can get milk for pretty cheap. Salad, if you go into any store or like any major grocery store, they always have that like reduced section where they have the like salads that are going to expire the next day or that day, and you can get them like half off. And whenever I'm dieting, sometimes I just like every day I go to the store and I see what salads they have on sale that day, and I would get like a salad for dinner, and I'd add some chicken to it for like it's like a pound big salad. That seems like a lot actually. No, I don't know. My like idea of price is so fucking skewed in the modern era. It's like we want everything to be cheap because we're all poor, but everything has to cost the amount that it costs. So it's like we have to demand cheaper and cheaper labor. And it's hard to know really what things should be priced anymore. I went into a clothing store and I saw a cardigan, and it was £15. And in my head, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's so much. You think I want to spend £15 on a cardigan? That's like cheap for a fucking cardigan. What's wrong with me? And no, I didn't spend £15 on a card. Hello? Probably making more racist jokes. What was I talking about a moment ago? I like sharted. I showered, and then I dried my hair with the hair dryer. Because you don't pick up on the 2 fucking syllables of my fucking words. Bitch. Shar. Anyway, I shard. And I dried my hair with a hairdryer. And it was like fine. And the first part of this video was fine, but a lot of time has passed since then, so it started to like puff up and get kind of weird. And I shouldn't dry my hair with a hairdryer. And I should be like my fucking brother and use like leave-in conditioners and like scrunch it in. Have that like, is it Got To Be or the hair gel people? Starts with a V. They make those foams for wet hair. I don't know. I should be using that shit. But I'm in my like straight hair era. I'm in my hairdryer era. I'm in my hairdryer era. So my hair is like what it was like in high school, but just shorter layers, so it's like a mess. Like it wasn't like up here in high school. It was like straight all the way down. Like straight cut at the bottom. All the hair was down. Because the way it was too fucking heavy, okay, and I fucking hated it. But I'm gonna grow it out long again. Because I understand now the value of hair, the fucking emotional journey I've been on in my life where I shaved my head and then I was like, wait a minute, hair is important. And now I'm trying to grow it really long because it's like, it's a part of my feminine essence. Does anyone have a problem with that? Does anyone have a fucking problem with my feminine essence? Bitch. I had a dream where I was Spider-Man and I was with 2 other Spider-Men. And one was kind of like the leader, and then there was me, and there was like another guy, and he was like younger. Sorry, I got a fucking bone. I was eating fucking chicken bone. I don't want to tell you about my Spider-Man dream. Hey, Miley, do you want some cartilage? My sleeping dog, that's not in frame. I wake her up with some cartilage next to her nose. But she's like, this is really fucking good. Why didn't I make this before? Killing black people. Killing black people. Once, when I was a kid, someone who was Portuguese, who I went to school with since primary school, since I was like 8 or 9, and I was like 15 at the time, or 16. Their family like moved into this neighborhood, and within 2 weeks, their house was set on fire, and like bricks were thrown on their window, and there was like graffiti, in front of their house, because they were Portuguese. And if your house is set on fire and bricks being thrown through your window, I see that as an attempt at murder. I see that as an attempt at killing somebody. I know a lot of people see that as like casual fun. We're just blowing up your car. We're just fucking setting your house on fire. It's just casual fun around here. I understand that people don't take it seriously around here, but I kind of do. I'm sorry to be the fucking fun police. I'm sorry. Anyway, I told my mom about what, like, oh, I knew them. I went to fucking school with that guy and his sister, and I know them. I'm not like friends with them, but they're chill people. What the hell? And I was like crying. I was like, why would somebody do that? And my mom like laughed in my face. She was just looking at me. I was like, and then she like called my dad in to laugh at me too. So if you were like, it's just the kind of life I'm living right now. I'm moving back in with my parents. It's just the kind of life I'm living on. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? They also once grinded me because I wouldn't call a black guy the N-word. Or they were both drunk and they threatened to grind me. I don't remember if they actually did. I just remember they were like hovering over me and they kind of like pushed me over. Like they were high school bullies. It's really fucked up. I feel like middle America, Northern Ireland, I don't know about the Republic of Ireland, but Northern Ireland, and like Eastern Europe, all kind of have like the same kind of vibes. We're all connected. In poverty and racism and miseducation. Because I had to go to a Protestant school where they taught me that dinosaurs and people coexist. All the public schools are religious. There's no public school that's not religious. There's integrated schools, which are more popular now than when I was a kid. I don't think they existed when my parents were a kid. Integrated schools. Where children of all religions go together. But they're seen as like too woke. They're like the woke schools. They're the woke schools. Because even fucking America has separation of church and state. Why don't I? Why do all the schools have churches next to them? And people would like socialize. People like socialize by asking like, what church do you go to? Because they would always go to the church events on the weekend. like after school there'd be church events on the weekend, and that's how people like meet friends and like mingle and stuff. And they would always ask me like, what church? Oh, what church do you go to? Can you go to this church event after school, and then we can like talk and stuff. And I'm like, I don't go to church. Like that church is like right by my house. Maybe I can like meet you outside or something. But I don't go to church. And they would be like, oh, you don't go to church? Oh. I mean, it's not because my parents are religious. It's because my mom was forced to go to church all the time when she was a kid, and she hated being forced to go to church. So she just didn't force us to go to church. But she still like read us like Bible, like children's Bible stories and stuff. as bedtime stories for us as kids. Like sometimes she didn't try to make us religious. She doesn't force us to go to church because she saw that as like wrong. She doesn't go to church. I think it's because she hates people. But like so do I. So no Dorito November. I should start like weaning myself off now. Microdosing Doritos. Sometimes you get a bag and it's nice, and then sometimes you get a bag and there's no flavor in the whole bag, and it's you question like, why did they even do this? How did they even do this? I don't understand how you would make a bag and have no like flavor in it. It's just the chip by itself, the tortilla chip. That's a crazy thing to do, and it's so fucking common in like most Dorito bags, more than half. They don't have any flavor added to them. Something's going over at Doritos Factory. Doritos Factory, get your shit together. When I was a kid, I was like so grateful that I wasn't like one of those blonde people or like ginger people with like little to no hair on their heads. You ever see like a blonde person with really thin hair, and you're like, Jesus, like how did you even survive infancy? How did you even survive infancy with like it looks like you're dying. No offense. No offense. How did you survive infancy? No offense. That's crazy. How did you survive infancy? No offense. Can you like maintain a train of thought while you're fucking saying a sentence? It's like I'm talking, but while I'm talking, my mind is drifting to other things. I don't know. I'm fine. I feel like I'm gonna die when I'm 30 just because like my heart's gonna give out, but I feel like that's a fitting death for me. Like, I don't know. Or like I'll have a stroke. I've been feeling a stroke coming on for like a while. Confused and I don't know where I am. But then it passes and it comes back and I'm like, okay. Okay. And like sometimes this part of my face like feels like I'm having a stroke, but I think it might just be like muscle spasm. I'm close to one. Either that or like full blown schizophrenia. If I'm not like if I'm still here in 2 years. 2 years. I need to make a life plan. I had a dream someone emailed me a life plan. And it's very similar to a dream I had 2 years ago, which I remember because I wrote it down in my notes, where someone tried to also like make a life plan for me. And a part of it was like telling my family every thought I've ever had about them so that I could move on. And I was so fucking pissed at them doing this, and I woke up and I was still pissed. I was like, why would they do that? That's not part of my life plan. That's not good for anybody. It's not good for me. That's not good for other people. What the hell? That's like a life plan. Oh, step one, insult everybody because of this one time you were emotional and you thought an insult. This one time you were emotional and you thought an insult in the heat of the moment. We should tell them that. Someone to play music. Period. End your thought. End your thought about something. End your thought about something. I don't know. Period. End your thought. I need to sell paintings on the internet. I need to get my shit together. Life plan. would even be in a life plan. Really, move to the city. Or move somewhere where the train goes to the city. Move somewhere with the train station. I'm gonna write this down. My notebook, my diary. Okay. Just a lot of bottles of rosé underneath the desk. I cleaned out 4 empty cheese Dorito packets before I started filming. And then they're from like the last 6 days. That's like the worst. It's like the worst it's gotten. So I think I'm like done now for a little while. Okay. Step 1. Move somewhere with train tracks. Plus train station. That's important. 2. Somewhere with like... Okay. Once you do that, apply for an office job either in the city or in the place itself. I don't know if there's anywhere that has offices. I'm like stuck in the middle of nowhere. You know this. Offices would be in the city. Okay, sure. Apply. The city I'm referring to is Belfast, which does suck ass and also balls, but it's the only city in the whole country, so it's like my only option. Number 3. I guess that's it. If I want like a stable career, I think I am a career oriented person, but also like I don't like to show up to work at the same time. I just don't show up and then I quit. Because I think that like me staying at home is like better than going to work. So I just don't show up and then I quit. I'm motivated by nothing. I've already said this. I feel like nothing can motivate me. If I want to do something, I'll do it. If I don't want to do something, I just won't do it. And it's like I'm always ready to deal with the consequences of that. And if the consequences is homelessness, then I'm like ready to deal with that because those are the consequences of my actions. And life is just sucky that way, and it's the government's fault. I really feel like the government should have... I really feel like if we just took a step towards like socialism, then some things would be different. And you can quote me on that. Apply to office job in city. Number 3. I don't have to do these in order, these are just things. Also, put paintings. I'm like over my painting era, I think. I'm done painting. It made me like happy and gave me like an identity for about a week. And I'm already over it. Yeah, I'm already over it. I have a lot of paintings like left over, like this one. I think I'm just gonna like drive around. I don't have a car. I'm gonna ask my cousin if he can drive me around. And I'm just gonna fucking like sell them on the side of the road. Hey, wanna buy a painting? Wanna buy a painting? Wanna buy a painting? You know what I mean? Wanna buy a painting? I don't have a license to sell them, but I've never seen a cop around here ever. Well, once they almost hit me with their car, but that's because I ran out in front of the road because I'm a stupid, empty-headed person. They were like chill with it though. They like laughed at me. It was fine. They laughed at me. But at least they didn't kill me, you know. I also put paintings somewhere. Sell. Okay, number 4. I be writing, but like, do I be writing? I feel like I should write until I finish something and then I can like submit it to be like published somewhere, like send it somewhere. Hey, can you publish this? I don't know how publishing works. I knew someone who had a little published book and she was younger than me, and I was meant to ask her questions about that, but then I never did ever ask her anything because I felt like her mind was always somewhere else. And I was kind of like a bitch around that time because I was like smoking a lot of weed. So I wasn't very mindful. I wasn't very mindful of other people. Because I was smoking a lot of weed. So I didn't ask her about her publication. She published a book of poems. I wasn't thinking insults in my head because I'm not a negative person. I'm a positive person. I don't insult people based on their work. Art is art. You can publish a book of poems as like a teenager and it can be good. Make a comic. I'm scared of art jobs. I'm scared of like getting a job at like an animation place and then them telling me to like animate. That's scary. I don't want to animate. I want to storyboard and character design. Apply job as character designer question mark. Number 6. Make one comic. Finish it, put it on the internet. / graphic novel. No, there is no difference. I hate how fat my stomach is. I'm just like, can't I just live in like a well maintained and like no one's even in the room that the music is playing from. It starts playing automatically, you know? It's kind of selfish. It's kind of selfish that someone would have their music set up to play automatically, and if I go into the room to turn it off, even though no one's in there listening to it, I get yelled at. It's kind of selfish. It's like everyone's giving up and they're like dying at the ripe age of like 25. And so am I also, actually. I don't wanna give up and die at the ripe age of 25. I mean, if I die, I die. I'm already ready for death, but I like the idea of medication and pills. Not that that's giving up. That works for some people, but I mean like painkillers every day. 5 different types of them. I think at least one of those problems could be solved by maybe just exercising a little bit. Sorry. Maybe didn't eat fried food all the time. I'll say it. I'm sorry if I'm a fucking the fun police. Maybe don't eat fried food all the time. Maybe your doctor told you not to eat tomatoes, so maybe you should stop eating tomatoes. This is why I eat Doritos and get fat. I should just focus on drawing, but like, even if I got a fucking like job as a fucking I'm gonna go turn that music off. I don't care. I'm not gonna pause. No, I'm gonna pause the video. Okay. Is Patreon free or like do you have to pay for it? Also, with Patreon, it's like I have to give extra content to people, and it's like, what would that extra content even be? Like me sitting here talking once a month, like just an extra one video. That's kind of bullshit, and people shouldn't have to pay for that. Like, it's kind of like, it's like worth nothing. Kind of. There's like expired Doritos in the Spider-Man bowl. From the Doritos I was eating last night. You can't eat Doritos. I don't think your body can digest it. Does anyone else feel like flies are like spies? Sent by like they're little robots with cameras on them. Some of them. Not to be schizophrenic about it. Okay. I'm not saying it's true. Whatever. You couldn't understand. I'm gonna go buy more chicken. And carrots. And enter my vegetable era. Eating vegetables era. With black coffee, I don't trust black coffee anymore. I don't trust coffee as like a health food. I don't trust it. Not that it ever was like a health food, but it seemed like a fine food to eat, to drink. I don't trust that anymore. I feel like coffee has to be some kind of like Like, why are so many people addicted to coffee? That can't be a good thing. That it's like advertised everywhere. You know, like Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Tim Hortons. Like, it can't be healthy if it's like that addictive. I know it's the caffeine. I know like it's natural and it comes from the earth, but I don't know. Still, there's something off about it. There's something off about big coffee. That doesn't seem right. How is it like it's naturally addictive, but I don't know if it's good for your body. I don't know if coffee is good for your body. I know there's like a lot of top 10 things, top 10 good things coffee does for your body. And it's like raises metabolism, helps you think better, wakes you up in the morning, helps you poop. All this, but it's like who's paying for that? Like I feel like I don't see that kind of propaganda for like other foods other than I don't know like the keto diet. I say propaganda like that for the keto diet or like being a vegetarian. Not that those things are like the worst. Keto's kind of the worst, but I don't know. It's like why is there so many articles about coffee and why is everyone so addicted to coffee and why are there so many large coffee chains profiting from it? Is coffee actually healthy? I'm starting to doubt it. I'm starting to doubt that, like, even like the cheap ass, I get cheap ass coffee granules, like the instant coffee you put in the hot water. I hate that I have to like actually explain that now because a lot of people have coffee machines in their house. I feel like sometimes I feel like a time traveler. Because I'm like, when did everyone get coffee machines in their house? So whenever I say instant coffee, people think that like the fucking like little packets you have to like click the button and then you get like the instant coffee in your cup, like an instant espresso or something. Espresso. I have to like specify. I mean, like the granules you take out with a spoon and you put in the hot water. Is that healthy? Or like, I'm sure it's full of preservatives because why is it in granule form? I just don't. I have to do some fucking research about coffee before I can get back to drinking it. Black tea, sure, it's healthy. It's tea. I kind of trust tea more than I trust coffee, but also I kind of like coffee. Even though it feels like tea is healthier for my body, it has that like relaxing feeling with the caffeine. Whereas coffee feels like I took like a really um synthetic drug. It feels like a really synthetic drug, like 100% like made in a lab, and like you get jaw pain and all that shit. It's not. It's like crack, and it's more addictive than tea. I know people are addicted to tea, but I feel like coffee's more addictive than tea. I think tea is more caffeine, like black tea has more caffeine than coffee. I think I read that somewhere once. But I feel like coffee feels like it has more caffeine because tea has that like relaxing body feeling with it, whereas coffee doesn't at all. In fact, the opposite. Coffee gives you anxiety because it's missing that part, whereas tea is like kind of cures anxiety. Not cures anxiety, but it like gets rid of it a little bit in the body while still giving you like the caffeine in your brain, the like mental stimulation. But it's not as tasty as coffee. Coffee is definitely tastier. You don't get tea cake. You know, you get coffee cake. Tea's bitter. Coffee's bitter in a nice way. My Dalai Lama book. That's The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama, Miley. I'm reading that. Not really. I'm skimming through it sometimes. I read something about being breastfed versus not being breastfed and how telling secrets connect you with others, but it's like I already knew that. I don't really know what the hell he was saying about breastfeeding. I didn't really read it. It's like I skimmed through it and then, oh, my thing loaded, so I'm gonna go do this now. I closed the book. Good job, Miley. No, but like my stomach is really fat. Like I'm sitting here and I'm feeling my stomach be fat, like against my legs and against my arms. Like it shouldn't be that fat compared to the rest of my body. But that's what you get when you overeat. It's just you get when you overeat, but I can't not overeat. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to fucking weight lift, but the weight I ordered was too heavy. I knew it would be too heavy, but I bought it anyway. And I can't lift it like above my head more than like once. And I was working out with it nonstop for the past 2 days, but my body doesn't hurt, like my arms don't hurt. So I'm doing something wrong because I should have that fucking pain. It's like I lift it until I can't lift it anymore. And then I take a little break and then I lift it again until I can't lift it anymore in different positions. I'm like doing this, I'm like doing this, I'm doing this because that's all I can do. I can't do this yet. That's like the worst one. I have to find a lighter weight or something. I know there's one somewhere in the house to do this with. It's like I just want to be able to work out while I watch TV or something. And I bought a heavy weight thinking that if I just like kind of played around with it for like a couple weeks, maybe I could actually like build my muscles up to actually being able to lift it properly and be able to just to casually do this motion with it. What is this called? I'm so lucky. I am so lucky. I'm so lucky. And yet every day it's not enough. Please help me. Life is slipping through my fingers. I am so upset. My diary is awesome. You can only eat like so much junk food before you realize that it's not going to solve your problems. And I rediscover that like once a month. Once a month I rediscover that you can eat so much junk food until you realize it's not going to solve your problems. And it's not going to make you feel better. And after a little while, it's going to make your stomach feel like really, really fat. I don't know why. It just does. And you can not count your calories for like 3 days. It's like, why do I feel like I've gained 10 pounds in 3 days? Because I haven't counted my fucking calories in the past 3 days. I feel so fucking bad. I do. I'm not gonna fucking lie about it. Miley, do you want to go investigate that noise? You want to go downstairs? She forgot about it. Miley, you want to go downstairs? Do you want to go downstairs? Miley, you want to go downstairs? Want to go see what's downstairs? Let's go. Let's go. She feels like she thinks I'm lying because I'm still sitting down. Are we going?